tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8 mwaka huu, wengi watafunja redio zao, wengine watafunja television. They will not believe. They will not believe. They will not believe.
Tukikampenia mbunge aliyekuwa mbunge mtarajiwa pale Kangeni. Security guard moja alichapwa kwa kisu, alidungwa kwa kisu.
Have some good music that when you get there are those people who also love that music. You must entertain them. I was even trying to that was really trend.
We used to work for roughly 7 hours on a daily basis and to get paid absolutely nothing.
You should speak an information that somebody and so wako hoteli na bibi fulani.
This person is right. Intention yake ni gani? True by the because unapata watu wako na tu tumbo ingine iko wazi, wanataka tu wajaze tumbo.
Arambe! Get a fire! Get a fire! Get a fire!
They always have a crowd to cheer for them. It is the sounds of bullet that at times sends the crowd away. All in the name of the Second African Liberation. Innocent blood is shed and innocent citizens brutalized by the police. And at the end of the day, a winner is crowned, whether through rigging, or by the legal vote.
Tuliwapigia kura na yenyewe tulikuwa tunawapenda, na pia tulikuwa tunawapenda hata wapende sisi ndio pesa ingie kwa mfuko.
The government of the day is however destined to fail, which makes the Second African Liberation a mere illusion.
Hata rais wetu tunamtaka hapa, ndio alikuwa anasema mama mboga ndio anawasaidia, sasa hatuoni vile tutasaidika.
Lucy, a small trader at City Park Market, still regrets voting for the current leaders.
Ile shida tuko nayo ni sisi watusaidie tuone vile pesa itaingia kwa mfuko.
Bado hakuna initiative ya government imefika kuwasaidia.
Hapana, hatuoni na tunajaribu kufikiwa, hatuwaoni. Tuko na shida mingi sana. Sasa watoto wako nyumbani wako shule. Juu hakuna mtu ya City Park anaweza peleka mtoto shule juu biashara iko chini sana.
A section of the community also disapproves with how the government is run. It is their political belief that some people are unfit to be in certain offices.
Which country? Aisha Jumwa, Cabinet Secretary for Public Service. Today, if there is a, let's say there is a delegation like the lecturers of the universities want to meet with the public CS for public service for the recommendations. Recommendations of as to how the running of the institution should be. Will Aisha Jumwa listen to professors? Professor Wainaina, the Vice Chancellor University, Kenyatta University, Professor Kiyama, Vice Chancellor University of Nairobi. How will they be interacting? Which language will they be using? The only thing the guy has done to extend service hours, which is also PR, from 6 to 7. Who wants to go to Duma Center at 7? Who wants to go to Duma Center at 7? You see?
Despite the hatred, ridicule and despise, the political class is one coveted group of individuals. The political class is subjected to some perks that the ordinary citizens cannot get. In Kenya, the leaders have car grants, monetary allowances, security, free ride from traffic congestion, basic salary and above all, the ability to manage public funds. Most people desire to be politicians in Kenya. It is a desire being explored by men and women alike, the young and the old, and also the rich and the poor. The big question is, what then does it take to be a politician in Kenya? Number 1, you must be able to portray a false publicity to the electorates.
And people will do publicity at any cost, even if it means taking a picture with someone who's in their deathbed, however, even not paying for their, even if you haven't paid for their bills, but publicity will be done at any cost. So whenever you see politicians taking pictures with these people who are considered to be in the lower card of the society, it's because they want to show that I am in connection with these people, I am helping them, and most of the time these people, they only give them some small amount of money, and that is how they forget all their problems. So I would say it is so unfortunate that this happens in our country, that the local mwananchi cannot discern between cheap publicity and someone who is there to really help them. So for me, it is only for publicity, for PR stunts. That is what the politicians major in.
You must also be ready for violence.
Mimi nataka kutoboa niseme hivi. 2017 wakati kulikuwa na maandamano ya ODM, mimi na Kibicho na Deep State wale wengine na system tuliwenda kuprint t-shirts za ODM, tukanunua magari second hand kwa mashowroom, tukazichoma huko Ngong Road, ionekane ni ODM, kumbe ni Deep State na system.
I went to my opponent or my competitor stronghold.
Yeah.
And when he had that, I was going there. So like he sent his guys.
Okay.
To come and
disrupt your campaign.
Exactly. So me also, I sent some people there. We call them goons. Prior. So they were there. I sent them there prior before my arrival.
Yeah.
So that they can ensure that when I come, everything is, the ground is safe, and nobody is there to do what?
Cause chaos.
When we got there, I don't know what happened, and we were just chased away. Mawe inakuja kama nyuki.
Normally tuangane.
Wacha. Yani mawe inakuja from.
During the campaign seasons, President Ruto was not that lucky. He would often find himself amid hostile crowd believed to be organized by the opponents. In politics, however, you either organize the violence or be a victim of the organized violence. That is the rule of the game. At times, some politicians organize violence against themselves to seek for sympathy votes. And at times, politicians physically fight each other before the people.
One thing about politics is you must have ground mobilizers. Even before you yourself go there, you're supposed to have people already there, people who understand the problems, probably people who are from that side of the country you are planning to visit. So these are people who will give you information about what you're supposed to do. They will guide you. They will tell you, don't do this instead. They will tell you what do these people really, what are the problems really.
Above all, before everything, before the violence and publicity, a politician must have money. This is what attracts the crowd. With money, a politician has a guaranteed cheering squad.
You'll find many people, if you are a kiongozi, you are an aspirant, they see money.
They see money.
They don't see you. Even if you are learned, they won't see that knowledge that you have, or the idea that you want to sell to them.
They don't see that.
They're not ready to buy that. What they buy first
is money.
The handouts.
Watu kwa ground, matarajio yao ni wapate pesa. Ili hiyo ndio matarajio kuu.
The local mwananchi only values material things, specifically money. It is just about the political narrative the politician offers. It is not much about what you have, what the promises you have. It's about what is this that captures their attention.
Kwa hivyo ungeenda kuambia mtu kuhusu kuchagua kiongozi, alikuwa anakuuliza una nini? Ama unasikia mkono mtupu wa urambwi?
Iko hapa 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 25.
With money, there is also a reduced violence and prospects of getting some of the votes in that place.
Pikipiki ngapi? 40. Haya. Sasa this is 4,000 kila pikipiki mtu akule kitu. Leteni huko every pikipiki ipate.
Watu wa pikipiki waende. Haya. Wiki.
Lakini during the campaigns, now the serious campaigns, I used a lot of money. As a youth, a lot.
Nazanunua shamba kamuli.
Inanunua vizuri hadi nini?
Ujengo umalize.
Sasa na najua kwenye swali yako ingine inaenda. Lakini nitasema tu unajua
it's free.
Unajua hii kitu yako watu wa KRA pia wako hapo wananiangalia.
Don't say the amount.
You want me to be summoned by the EACC?
Don't say the amount.
The political class has also invested in the social media to push for their agenda. They do this through hired and loyal bloggers.
But it's maybe I was in social media majorly. Yeah, I was going to the ground, but also I was part of. Yeah, we are blocking. Some of we are making information, propagandists. I buy serious. Seriously, bwana. Ile vitu tuko tunafanya. You cannot say it all, man. Hey, si tunaspiwa information that somebody and so wako hoteli na bibi fulani. Tunanyorosha watu. Like you see propaganda, somebody manufactures, then our as bloggers is to disseminate the information to the public. And the public will swallow the liner, the hook and the sinker. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, it was majorly disseminating the information through certain accounts, pseudo accounts. Yeah. Like, we want really to hide our identities. Like, we cannot use our own accounts because somebody like Gideon Moi is such a colossal figure in Kenyan politics. One day, one time, we'll run to him and we'll remember that so and so this is taking setup.
We also meet one Michael, an online blogger who had been approached by several politicians to push for their agenda for pay. He is happy to see us as we engage him in the discussion.
Typical day, we used to wake up at roughly 4:30 a.m.
Yeah.
And we prepare for the content that are supposed to push for that particular day.
Yeah.
And that's most of you are Twitter addicts, I would say, and you usually see the trending hashtags. So it's our duty to ensure that those the hashtags are there in the top trend.
Yeah.
And we do that by tweeting regularly at roughly an interval of after every 3 minutes for at least a minimum of 2 hours.
Yeah.
Michael does not, however, owe loyalty to anyone. His involvement is purely business. This may even mean working for two opponents.
You campaigned roughly for how many people?
I would say slightly above 100.
So above 100.
Yes.
So I want to understand, how did you manage to get yourself into all these 100 opportunities? Because I'm sure there are people on Yamajaribu pia and they have not gotten the opportunity. So how did you manage to get yourself into these 100 opportunities? Or were you just born a lucky man?
I wouldn't say I'm not that lucky to begin with. So as I said, my first gig, I did my very best, and my employers, most of my employers, have retained me from the first gig. So this, you get the job based on what you did in the previous.
So your work is what markets you.
Exactly.
Payment is at times not a guarantee. Michael narrates of a presidential candidate who failed to adequately pay the bloggers. He explains how this was in a way detrimental to his bid for the top seat. He, however, fails to mention names. After a friendly engagement, we are able to ascertain the politician he is referring to.
The presidential campaigns were really good, but on the flip side of it, other presidential candidates, one of the presidential candidate was really struggling with paying the influencers, and we understand that the funds were being released by him, but the chief strategist was not releasing the fund to us, so it was really frustrating. But his opponent on the other side was really paying us good and timely. Yes.
So do you think also his delay in payment might have led to him? Okay, first of all, did he lose?
I wouldn't like to discuss.
But in your own opinion, do you think early payment to influencers is has such a big impact as to whether somebody loses or wins elections?
I really do, given that the influencers have much potential. And so if you don't pay them, the next day they'll be motivated to do their job. Another thing is that they can even influence against you without being paid. We used to work for roughly 7 hours on a daily basis and get paid absolutely nothing. And another thing, I'm a student, so I was still studying. I remember two of the days when I went to school really late and we had a presentation. The funny thing is that I didn't even concentrate on the presentation. I was tweeting all the time so as to get something on my book.
Michael therefore failed his semester exams due to the demands to push for trends and hashtags.
I would like to sort of conclude on the challenge that I failed terribly the semester, so I didn't study. I was working on making my pocket.
But on the brighter end, did you get paid?
I got paid.
A win is a win.
A win is a win, but I sort of.
Did you risk losing your account, or rather your account being blocked or something?
Yes. I lost 26 accounts. That's Twitter, and Twitter was much.
You had 26 accounts of Twitter.
I had one in the beginning, but you know, as work continues, you have to open different gadgets. So that's the thing I did.
Yeah.
I had one. By the end of the first month, I bought 7.
Another Twitter. You bought other Twitter accounts.
And by the end of the campaign, I had bought 26, which
Buying a Twitter account is not that difficult.
And how much is one account? And you buy the account of the people?
The risk is of buying an account first. You can be conned.
Yeah.
There is this argument of account details first and the money later, or the money first and
details later.
Both of them are risky. So that's also another challenge that could risk way that buying an account is really risky, and the rest of buying an account is 2 followers account is equivalent to 1 Kenyan shillings.
Well, 2 followers, 1 shilling.
Yes.
I believe what we posted and what we sold the public, the manifest, is true. It's the true part of him, because he's known as a shrewd politician. He's a performer, a pragmatic leader who delivers promises, because during his time or his tenure as an MP for 15 years, he managed the CDF well.